Hey, it's inadequate. I am going to be doing a replay review of my 430U session leading to my 3 mark. So the first game I'm on, looks like I'm on live Oaks, pretty good matchmaking, no Artie, tier 9s, not too many TDs. Should be able to do quite a lot here. Pretty sure I'd end up going. Yeah, I'm gonna end up going to the bridge. Because it doesn't look like they can have much that can really contest. I kind of, like, when you're 3 marking, you kind of have a different mindset where you want to take map, but you also, like, your main focal point is how much damage can you do. And so, if you're looking at the enemy lineup on a map like Live Oaks, where you're probably not getting that much assist, then you're going to want to be going to the side that their team is going to. Type 5, maybe City, but basically everything else is would be expected to go bridge, with the exception of the E3 and E4. The Chieftain, 30B, 430U, Conqueror, M103, like basically everything else should be going this way. Now I want to commit, but not much. Most of my team has gone City. So I stop here, because I don't think it's a good idea. See, I realize that I don't have much with me, so I can't really commit. I thought about going like around that way, but that would take way too long and they could just overpeak this way and shoot me. So I'm just shooting what I can while I back up. Chieftain fired, so I know I'll be able to put one in, ignore the EBR. Yep, there we go. Now we just have to try and hold this. Now the EBR is just YOLOing, so I'll be able to pick him up in a sec. Now we should be really aggro in the city because of how much has been spotted here, but puppies generally just aren't. Looking for a shot on him. Chieftain's playing. Like, honestly, I understand what the Chieftain's doing. If his team is supportive, then what he's gonna do is like definitely gonna work. But they just aren't contesting really. They're not really contesting the ridge, so we're gonna be able to pick this guy up. If their team doesn't start supporting. So like I'm asking him to follow me because I want to push the Chieftain. Because I see that like we have an object, we have a Cent 7-1, and we have a T30. So we can dump on this guy and kill him if the Patton goes with me, but I don't want to do it alone because it's a Chieftain and it's a pretty formidable tank no matter how the player is. I thought I was going to have a shot on his engine deck, but he stopped and turned, so all I had was the Cupola. Sen is kind of trying to get a shot into me, but yeah, so they're like kind of supporting. Yeah, the Type 5, the one tank I expected to go City doesn't go. So yeah, this is pretty much exactly what I expected with how many tanks are over here, and I expected most of the farm to be there. Get a nice shot into him. T30 ends up being the one to YOLO him. He bleeds quite a bit, but he ends up getting it because the EBR supports him and he gets a fire. Now it's free time. Like, I can move up here for free. Yag is right there, but I haven't been lit. I assume he's looking this way, but I'm not lit. I hope the T49 goes to spot him, but I don't think he ends up going over there. Now we're just going to go up here and play the ridge and hold down 430. And be able to farm some tier 9s and a Type 5. Game's pretty much won without the city really doing anything at all. Them being so passive here is kind of what allowed me to farm so much, because they should just be able to push through on the E3 and 430, no problem. They're being pretty passive. I'm not sure how that shot bounced. Side Type 5 turret. 340 heat. It's whatever. He's YOLOing. A lot of YOLOs. I should be able to get the kill shot. Yeah, I think I get it. Now, like, they're playing under here. What I'm thinking about in this moment is if they spot this, then I'm just going to back down and farm it. But as long as they're not spotting it, I'm going to contest this and try to shoot this guy or the M103 because I'm a 430U and I can pretty much get away with that, no problem. Yeah, so they're not being lit, so I decided to take a shot. I could have aimed it a little bit longer. Placement was fine, I just needed to let it aim longer. It gives me a nice, easy side turret shot. Now I'm still deciding that if they get spotted here, the Yag is a pretty soft, juicy target. That one bounces somehow, pretty unlucky. See, now that 1390 gets spotted here. I mean, it's a 430U, gun's not too accurate. If I'd let that a little bit, it would have hit. We backed up at just the right time. Now we've somehow thrown our lead. Because I'm not exactly sure. I guess an E4 and an E3 is like kind of hard to push into, but there's a nice shot on his side turret. Now me and this Patton should be able to just bully these guys out with our crossfire. This guy has the stock turret. You can tell by how big his cupola is. So like, as long as I aim my shots, I should just butter that guy. So the Patton plays more aggro. I decide to go with him. Shoot him in the back. Try to wiggle to make the M103 miss. Don't turn my turret because that gives him a nice soft target if I do turn towards the descent. He picks him up and then I shoot him in the cupola and goes safe before he reloads. So it's still pretty close somehow. The Yag has been able to survive here for a very long time. In hindsight, I probably should have pushed this way, but I end up going under here, which I don't know if that's a good idea. If I just gone this way, I could have gone like this and shot him here, but I didn't want to be like too vulnerable. But I ended up doing the same exact thing just this way, and I could get shot by this. But if I had gone this way, I would have been closer to these guys to farm them, and I also would have been able to farm these guys. I was just worried about them pushing up into the Skoda, and then they would have had this, and these guys could have been pushed by these guys. But I think if I had gone this way, in hindsight, it would have gotten me a lot more farm. Oh, fuck. Okay, so we ended up killing the Yag, so I accidentally skipped that, but I don't think I shot him once, but he was like 1200 HP, and he got fucked by a bunch of different angles. So 1390 is no longer there. It doesn't really have a crossfire, so I'm just going to send it this way since I only have 4 tanks left. I assume the waffle is like somewhere in here because of how aggro our team has been. I'm just going to send it right through. Waffle gets spotted there. This guy's sitting in the mid, not paying attention. Easy damage. Up to 8k combined. Now it's just clean up pretty much. We've got it won. I'm just trying to get as much damage in as possible. And the Waffle was full HP and he was sitting here. So no matter what, I want to get to him because there's not much that can get there before me. So my plan is to get this guy and either get spots on him or get him to where others can't see him and just make sure all of the damage is mine. Basically his whole tank combined either way. So I shoot him once, and because I'm the one spotting him, my whole team is going to farm him. And I'll get 1600 free right there, so that's basically almost 10k combined. Now I think I end up getting this guy as well, so it's basically 10k. It's a pretty easy farm game there. Yeah, so I should pick this guy up real quick. Alright. So I think that pushed me up to like 94%. Here, I'll jump into my next game real quick. I had a pretty good session for my mark. I don't know what the mark requirements are because I didn't have the mod installed, but it shouldn't be too high. It was pretty easy to actually finish off. It's not really what I was expecting, honestly. I don't really remember exactly what happened on this one. Skip forward a little bit. Alright, so full tier 10, 2 arty, 2 light tanks, a whole bunch of TVPs. Yeah, this is kind of weird matchmaking. It should end up being fine, but I pretty much always go here because you can get safe from arty as long as you don't go to this corner. If you sit here and wait for them to push this, then you should be able to just out-brawl them. Because I like taking this hole down right here. I should be able to farm them. I'm in a 430U, so I'm not really too worried about getting spotted because the camo is really good. I think I ended up taking a shot here when I'm almost across, but I should be fine. Yeah, I'm pretty much across and safe. I didn't even get spotted. So I like going here and bullying this out and then going up here. Once you go here, you can't really push through. And I'm pretty sure I end up going and fighting here and then turning around because you can't really push through this. But a lot of teams like to go here, but it's the meta's kind of changing toward tanks go bridge and ice road because the south seems to have a pretty heavy advantage over here, so puppies are becoming pretty wise to it. I don't see anything for a while. I'm asking for support. In my head I am, because like the team is like kind of messing around. Like I don't know what this M48 and TVP are doing. They're not really, nothing spotted. They're just sitting here. So I get a little bit more aggro because the tank would be here by now if it was coming this way. And I'm in a 430U, so if something's like headed this way or over here, then I can get a couple shots off for free. Yeah, see, here he comes. That's a pretty bad low roll. But yeah, you can sit here and trade with stuff, especially in a tank like this, as long as Artie isn't fucking you. So I'm pretty sure... Yeah, so I had to snap that one. Because I'd poke sideways. If I side scraped, I would have just aimed fully, but I didn't want to get take a shot from the T-57. If I hit, then it was fine, but I'd rather just not take the shot. This guy's getting clipped out, probably from the 1 of 3 TVPs in this game. Yeah, I ended up re-peeking because I was fine with taking the TVP trade. 3034 for 495. And then I want to get D-lit because I know Artie loves to shoot this corner. So I don't want to be, want him to be ready for me. I want to shoot and then back up, and by the time his shot actually lands, it's only a little bit of splash. Not sure why he was still sitting there. It was a one shot, and it's pretty obvious that, like, it was a pretty easy shot if you're still sitting there, and it's not like he's not going to get lit because he wasn't fully in a bush. But now I'm rotating because you can't really push through there, and they have at least 2 TVPs, I'm pretty sure. And T-57 and Artie support as well, and probably at least the grill, probably the 183 as well up here. And so pushing into this is just a death trap. So I end up rotating this way to get shots on the Patton. I think I'm going to eventually want to go bridge, but I ended up getting a couple shots here. I ended up backing off because they're in bushes over here. I don't really want to get screwed over by that. T-57 shoots me as well. So the TVP, I saw him D-lit, like, full sending towards the T-57 right here, and he's only at 1100 HP, so I want to go support him. And if he's going this fast, then I am sure, like, I assumed he wasn't by himself, so if it was just the TVP, I wouldn't have been too worried, but I'm pretty sure he has something with him, maybe the 183 or T-57 or RHM, something, so I want to be able to support the T-57 here and not just lose this flank. And they haven't poked yet, so it makes me wonder what exactly they have over here, and with the T-57 here with me, I can probably end up side scraping and getting away with it just because there's so much fear from the T-57 clip that even if they have a bunch of tanks, they're not going to be synchronized enough to just overpeak together. Yeah, see? A tree fell down right there. Okay, so it's the T-57 and the TVP. This is a pretty fair fight. We should have the advantage just because of my armor. He bounces me, so now I let him in the T-57 trade. I think ours kills him, yep. I let the TVP farm our T-57 because I don't really care. I'm fine with it, he's just some puppy. I end up killing the one shot and then the TVP is clipping, that's fine. And so now I'm worried about what's behind him, and I end up, yeah, I take a 183 shot, which it's not a big deal, but it could have been pen there. I'm pretty sure he's close to reloading because he's actually aiming. TVP ends up killing the 183 from over here, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And then they don't have much support over here left, like their T-57, basically everything that would have farmed us coming in, pushed up here and died, and so they don't have much to stop us, so I decided that this is fine instead of trying to rotate anywhere else. And then this guy's pushing the EBR, so I just get a free shot on him, and then for some reason the 5A hasn't been spotted the whole game. I'm not sure what's wrong with him, but it looks like a pretty juicy target, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't go very well because we're both low. He's only a one shot, and so I'm pretty sure I overextend and end up dying here. But I'm pretty sure the mark is like, it stays the same, or it goes up a little bit, because I'm pretty sure it's like 4.3, 4.4, maybe 4.5, the mark is. And now I hit him again, and I get lucky there. He should have been able to pen me. I'm not sure what he was shooting at to miss, to be honest. And then I think yeah, I end up killing this Artie here. And see, I overextended here because this guy's a one shot, and he's like sitting in the open, so like he's not next to this. So when he backs up, when they overpeak him, he doesn't have anywhere to go, so he's just a free kill. And then I'm right here. If I had like played further back here, then I could have farmed a bit more when they try to repush me, but because I'm this close, it's almost as easy to poke on me as it is him. So once they kill this guy, they can just poke around here and I'm a free kill even if they take one. So that was a mistake there. I didn't even realize that he was that low. Like I had for some reason forgotten that he had become a one shot from the brawl down here. And so I was expecting him to survive longer than he did. And so there I noticed, I'm like, oh shit. And I'm just trying to get damage out. I ended up, yeah, I don't think I get any more damage here. Yeah, so 5k combined. And then I think we end up winning anyways. Not too bad. Now the next one, it should be Erlenberg. Taking a minute to boot up here. Alright, Erlenberg, triple RD, tier 9s. It's not terrible matchmaking, but triple RD on Erlenberg, when you go middle, basically all the RD shoot at you. So you're basically just asking to get farmed going mid, but this map is awful since Wargaming changed it, so the only place to get damage is going mid. You're taking a gamble going to each side because the other team can either go mid or one side and just you don't see anyone on their team. Like this 430U, I'm not sure. I don't know what he's doing. But I like to go here and then turn in this way. You get early shots on like scout tanks going there. I would have hit him, but there was a fence in the way and I was shooting heat, so it didn't go through. I like going here, and you can farm the push here. Like you can farm these guys up here if they're crossing still. And if no one's there, and if your guys are over here, like the only thing that can really counter you, because I like to cross this and go here to farm the people that come in city this way, because there's a nice little hole down up here in the window. So that's exactly what I plan on doing the Type 4. The only problem is if you don't have guys over here to spot this, then these guys can sit here and shoot you from right here. So they can have shots on you there. But because they're here, then I fully expect that if anything's here, it gets spotted when they try to shoot me. And I'll be able to be fine. But the TVP was there, and I don't want to clipping me at all, so I just commit into this guy. And I noticed because he has a... he has like an indent on his barrel, like a barrel that is completely smooth is the AP gun, but he has an indent, so I know that's the HE gun, and he misses with HE anyways. If I thought he was the AP gun, I would have side scraped instead of poking that way, but I wanted to bait the shot. And unfortunately, I get hit by Artie as soon as right after I repair my stun, so now I have like a 15-second reload for the next minute and a half. I'm worried that something's going to push into me because it's still super early. I decide to commit anyways because I'm kind of thirsting for damage here. Get a free shot on him because I wasn't lit. Looking behind me because a lot of team players like to YOLO in here. Like pubbies like to YOLO in this way because they think it's a good play and it comes in behind me because I guess it looks enticing for pubbies. I'm not exactly sure. End up picking him up, have another 15-second reload. I was expecting this guy to chase me, and he didn't. So I was looking for a route, like, out. Like, I was looking to, like, go this way or that way or something, but he ended up not chasing me. And he already fired once, so I know he has 3. And he shoots me once, and then I just decide to face hug him because I'm in a 430U. I think he ends up getting lucky here. Like, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, I think he hit my cupola, which is, like, a pretty lucky shot. It's a pretty hard shot to hit. And now I have a super long reload, and I misplay here. What I meant to do is hit the Q to get my loader and then shoot him one more time and then reload AP. Instead, I hit tap 2 again and didn't hit my loader, and so I was without a loader for another split second, and I reloaded again, which I could have killed this guy sooner. But Artie saves me from taking any shots from him. And this guy's pushing me, and I have AP loaded, so I want to track him and damage him, so I'll have you burn a kit. Now I'm loading heat again. He either already used his kit or doesn't have one. He's obviously a really bad player. He tries going in here, and now I can just side scrape against him because it's a 430U against a 30B, or a 30. Already hits me again, another 500 damage. It's fine though because 30 bounces. I don't want to risk taking another shot because I'm a one-shot, and so I side scrape and I can overmatch his sides. So now what I'm trying to do is get away from Artie. And now I'm going to go over here and try and help the Badger while trying to evade Artie, it seems. So this guy's not even looking my way. End up rushing my shot and missing. Not too worried about those guys because they're preoccupied with this. Probably not going to notice me. Just putting a few shots into him. I'm trying to stay like safe kind of because I don't want to I don't want him to turn and snap me. So he turns and looks at me, but I have the reload on him. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm about to get my driver back. So I have my driver back. And now I'm just trying to get delit and then fall back a little bit probably, because I'm wondering if the TVP is going to push me. And so what I want to do is go back this way. Oh, no. I'm going to try and get a shot on this. But then I realize that there's nothing lighting that, and it's a light tank. So I have to back off or I'm going to get out-spotted. And so I think he lights me there. And then he's just riding the ridge, so I can't hit him, and I don't want the waffle to hit me, or Artie. And so I'm worried about Artie and the waffle here. Now I'm trying to get delit, so he gets delit, and I realize I'm delit. And so I'm going to cross this to try and get away, because I fully expect the TVP to push me, because I don't have any support, and I'm a one-shot. He can easily clip me out. So I'm trying to cross back here. I get lit by something, I'm not exactly sure what. So I back up because I don't want Artie to hit me. I want to get as safe as possible. Now I'm going backwards and forwards so Artie doesn't hit me in case they're aiming. And now I expect to be delit. I'm crossing. This is a pretty vulnerable position. And I think right here the TVP, yep, the TVP pops up behind me. I'm like, okay, now I'm dead. And he hits my gun. I snap him for 500, which is pretty good RNG. And instead of finishing me, he backs off. So I guess he only had 2 shells for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what he was afraid of. And then I'm pretty sure I end up making a dumb peek here. And I die. I die here in a second, I think. I'm going to die to the TVP, I know that. Let's just see what happens. So I repoke. I don't expect him to be here. And I remember being pretty frustrated just by the way he peeked. Like, why wasn't he just pre-aiming? Why is he waiting for me to peek and then, like, I don't know. I guess it makes sense because it's a 430U. Like, maybe he just 200 IQ'd me. But, don't really care to see the end result. Alright, so my recording got stopped and I had to, like, restart. Alright, so this is the actual 3-mark game. I'm on Studzyonki, one of the worst maps in the game. Looks like I have tier 9, tier 10, no Artie, decent matchmaking. There's no 4K5 or 183, so they won't really be able to farm me with HE from back here if I decide to go this way. Because I'm in a 430U, and there's not really much that can outplay me here, like a chieftain or anything. So I'm going to go over here and play hold down against the E100 IS7 S-Conk. I should be able to farm them pretty well. Pretty even split, so like I'm not too worried about getting overpushed anywhere. There's a lot of tanks going this way. T10's already seen committed here. So what I'm gonna do here, because there's no Artie, I really like this spot right here, like this ramp right here. And so also I shoot that down because it just gets in the way. Playing here, I'm safe from anything on the red line back here. And I can still trade with this and shoot anything trying to cross as well. I end up going here to try and pre-aim the anything crossing there. Nothing does. I back off to not get snapped by the IS-7. They're both here. I missed my shot on the IS-7's front plate. And now I'm using the ramp to kind of angle up so that, like, basically... So I hit a shot on that. I have armor, so I don't really care about repairing that. So basically, when you angle up, the only real chance they have of penning me is, like, maybe a high roll on the upper plate or, like, hitting my cupolas if they're lucky. Or they can overmatch this. And so when I angle up, it basically, there's no chance of penning the upper plate once it's angled up, and they don't have a shot on this to overmatch. So it really increases the odds of them bouncing off of me. I get a little bit of spotting on the T10. Just chilling out here. I'm not too worried about the gun, like I said, because I have armor. Get another nice shot into his cupola. High roll as well. Now I basically just sit here and wait for them to make a mistake. See, like this guy, he pokes up for some reason to, I guess, shoot these guys. He puts one shot in, but loses a ton. Now he gets permatracked. Here I repair my gun because it's a bit of a shot I have to thread. So after that, I know I'm still lit, but like all they really have to punish me is this T49 to my left. I'm not too worried about him. I can go here and farm this because this guy's kind of in the open. I'm proxied by the IS-7, but I'm not too worried about it because a 430U at a distance from a 907, it's pretty hard for him to pen me. Get one good shot into him. Sen AX is spotted as well. He's just sitting in the open, so I hit him again. I side scrape behind the boxes to make it a harder shot. Now he's like hugging the building, and yeah, I don't end up hitting that one. And then I go up here to try and trade because nothing was lit here. So I can just go to the corner and try and trade with IS-7. I wiggle and bait his shot so he doesn't pin me. I have a really good repair crew, so now I just have to wait for that and then push up. Now these guys are dealing with a standard B, so I'm not worried about that at all. He's gonna die eventually. Get a nice shot into the IS-7. I don't know how he penned that or how I penned that, so I guess I'll take the trade. I shouldn't have done damage with shooting his front drive wheel with heat. 257 kind of trying to push me out, not sure what he's doing. Get a nice shot in the T95's cupola. This guy overpeaks again. I don't know what that guy is penning. He snaps me again. I think he hit my gun because I think he was trying to shoot the side of the 257. The 257's mega brain. I miss a shot on the T95's cupola. I know that I'll reload him, so I just pop another shot. Pretty bad low roll. Okay, so the T95 just shot our T95, so now I just free peek since those guys are behind him. Now the IS-7's a one shot. 257 really overcommits. He ends up bouncing anyways. Or I guess he didn't fire. And I expected the S-Conk to shoot the 257, so I kind of overpeaked when I could have just played safe. Kind of a bad shot in the upper plate, and the S-Conk ends up overmatching my, like, I don't even know what to call this, the top of my hull. And now I'm a one-shot. I bled quite a bit on that push, but now I can just play kind of safe because we have a decent amount of map control. Like, it doesn't look like it. Like, they could just take this whole side and they still have this, but the way it works out on this map is if you have this, then you can kind of farm anywhere else on the map that they try to go. So this E100 for some reason full HP just drives out in the middle of the field. But basically, sitting here, Badger here spots any pushes here, and these guys here spot anything here, and these guys can spot this, so I can get shots on basically everything and be fine. And also they're beyond my the view range, so I'm not too worried about getting lit here. There's a ton of tanks peeking out to farm this E100. Get a shot in the grill. E100 is already 500 HP. He's gonna go down soon. Their T54 drops ours. I didn't really see where that happened. Everything seems to be safe, but they're still farming the E100. Now I just need to make sure that I don't end up getting lit by their T54. I think it was right here. No, it was right here. So he's probably flexing this way, and I need to be careful about getting lit from here and getting screwed over from these guys. As long as I can stay safe from this. Okay, so he gets lit by the Badger going up, so he's probably gonna drop down here in a second. Try to get a shot in, but he drops down. Yeah, he drops down too soon. And I'm not too worried about this. I need to back off after this. I'm kind of overcommitting. But playing back here, I'm probably not gonna get lit by anything at all, so it's a pretty safe place to sit. Yeah, so all I'm really doing is going back here so I can support everything and not get lit while I farm. What I would kind of expect them to do is either go up here or like push this, because they can't really push this because there's so much stuff supporting. And then if you go here and you push under, there's two one-shots here, and then this guy's in the open and he's pretty easy to farm. So if you have like a full HP Sen AX, you can go down here, kill these guys, get under, and then this guy ends up dying as well. Because we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think yeah, 5 one-shots. So we have 5 one-shots against, like, I'm pretty sure they have a ton of HP on us. So we have to play super defensive, but for some reason this bat is super in town, pushing this way. And so basically I'm just sitting here waiting. Also, I came back here because I didn't want to get lit by this guy over here. So I came over here and I loaded AP so I could shoot through this if they're like in this area, like over here. And I wouldn't have to like shoot through this with heat, which would just block my shot. End up blind firing when the grill was last spotted, like where I shot him before, maybe sitting there aiming. Oh, they also they're shooting at the JPE from back there, it looks like. So he's trying to back off. So I think the T54 is probably here lighting this, and then they're just shooting from down here. So this guy gets lit down here. It looks like I wouldn't push this at all in my opinion. This guy is a one shot and it's a light tank in a bush. He's gonna get shot and killed, and the light tank can just go back and not really take any punish for this. So because we have 5 one shots, I would just play super defensive and hope they get impatient and push into us, because we're not really gonna win this by pushing anywhere. But this Bat Chat is like hell bent on pushing the 3 line, it looks like, and the Badger's listening to him. So they end up pushing this by themselves. And then these guys are kind of stuck. I'm just waiting for them to be pushed. The Yak kind of had to fall back because he's a one shot. He somehow got hit for 2 HE damage, and he was 5 HP, so now he has 3. A bit lucky to still be alive. Not sure why the E5 went where he did over there, like over here. Doesn't really make much sense to me. He has a lot of HP. He shouldn't really go to the edge. If I were him, I would play like in this area still. So this guy, I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to do, but he ends up trying to leave this and just gets farmed and doesn't kill anything trying to leave. So he's still lit, and he's about to go up. Yeah, I'm gonna put a shot into him because he's, for whatever reason, I'm not exactly sure what he's doing there, but he takes 900 damage and he's down to a one shot trying to leave that for some reason. At the same time, the Bat Chat and the Badger are pushing this. Bat Chat being a one-shot, I'm not sure why he's pushing up. The T-54 could easily be over here. I mean, he's not, because the Badger isn't getting lit, but I'd be super wary of that. I'd just play defensively in this situation. Okay, so now they have a full HP ST1, pushing into the 2 one-shots at the same time as the Badger. Sure, he's full HP, but, like, you have a one-shot Bat Chat supporting you. If this guy dies, then they can just circle you because they have a Sen AX, they have a Sen 7-1, they have a UDES, and they have a T-54 light tank. They can just farm you for free, double track you and farm you and kill you. So T-54 sitting out here kills the Bat. These guys are gonna die, or these guys are gonna collapse on this, and he's gonna die. He's still pushing this. I ended up getting a shot into the ST1. I wanted to come here so that when I do get lit, because he's getting pretty aggro, then I can go into the hold down. It's a much harder shot for them. Sen AX seems to be doing pretty well here. I'm just trying to get a shot in when he tries to poke on him. He gets another shot in, I can maybe high roll him. I don't high roll him, but that would have been pretty big. Okay, so he gives me my side, get a free shot in there, up to 6.5k. I'm pretty sure I have my mark at this point because I was at like 94.6%. And now I'm flexing back this way because, for one, I can maybe get shots on him here, but also these guys I fully expect to like try to push this way, and I want to be able to get shots in. I think I landed that shot actually on the T-54 because I ended up doing 400 more blind damage, and that's the only shot I put in the T-54. So I'm trying to thread a shot through this guy when he tries to leave. He's only like 400 meters away, which I'm going to spot him trying to leave, and he's never going to light me. But I don't want to sit here too long because I know this guy's being aggro here. They ended up jumping on cap, but like either way, if they're coming up here, then I want to be able to spot it before they're at me because I'm a one shot for even the T-54 light tank. This guy's crossing over here. I don't think I end up getting lit for that, but that's a nice free kill. I don't know why he did that. Got a free kill there. Up to 7k combined. Grill is sitting in the open. I think I missed this. Yeah, I just end up missing that guy. Now they're getting on cap. I assume that's the T-54. And now I'm going to be a bit wary pushing up. I go back to try to get a shot in this guy before going back to base. That would just be like a nice touch, but he's like safe, so I'm just going to go back. Now they have doubles, so I know the E100 and the T-54 are probably on. Maybe the Sent AX, but if it's the Sent, he's a one shot. It's a free kill. There's a nice little hold down I can kind of use to bait shots, so I'm gonna try and go up here. I end up lighting him on my way anyways. I thought I was lit because he started moving as soon as I lit him, but it ended up lighting me. So there's 12 seconds left. I end up getting the reset. 26 seconds left. Now I go to the left, so it makes me wonder where the T-54 was. I think maybe he was like on this side. But everyone's dead but me. It's basically a lost game. Up to 7.2k combined, and he rolls me. So I ended up getting him to bounce, but I was hoping the T-54 would bounce or low roll, but it's whatever. It was lost at that point, and they're about to cap out, so it's alright. But, yeah. So, according to this, I got one blind shot. I don't remember who I hit. I think I must have hit the T-54 because I didn't hit him before then, so it must have been the T-54. So I got 7,400, 365 assist. I got 7.8k combined. I was top damage. I probably could have carried this if I didn't bleed so much HP to the IS-7 getting lucky shots on me. 19 to 23, 34 shots. A bunch of those are blind fires. Blocked 2.1k. And yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good game. Mark was good. And I really enjoy the tank. It's kind of broken. Pretty happy to get the 3 mark though. So thanks for watching. Hit like if you enjoy this type of content, and I'll try to do it in the future. Thanks for watching.